Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is Zillafan85. I'm back today with my latest video, and today, kind of a fun little treat here for you. So last weekend, I was in Tucson, Arizona, attending, of course, Tucson Kaiju Festival, as I had previously announced that I would be. I left for Tucson not this past Thursday, but last Thursday, November 2nd, and stayed until Sunday, November 5th. Tucson Kaiju Festival itself was, of course, on November 3rd, which is Godzilla's birthday. So it was pretty cool the way they were able to set that all up like that. So I booked all my travel plans, booked my hotel, etc., etc., and it was really, really an awesome, fun weekend. So I was definitely super, super glad to have been able to attend it. Words really can't even really describe it. Of course, I've been dealing with for a pretty long time now, just a lot of personal stuff going on, and seemingly going to continue on for a very long time. But at least, though, getting away, going to Arizona for a few days, and going to Tucson Kaiju Festival, meeting the other guys, it was really a nice escape and a much needed one. And of course, the weekend before, I was in Orlando for Spooky Empire with my friend. And that was a fun couple days as well. So, like I said, some much needed escapes. Of course, kind of back to reality. Everything's setting in, but at least though, still kind of coming off the high of being at both of the conventions, having a fun time on both of those trips. So for this video, I kind of just wanted to do a little haul and summary of it. I actually only made one purchase at the convention, and then got a couple just sort of freebie giveaways. So just kind of get into all that. But yeah, just like I said, just kind of summarizing as well. So obviously the traveling days were very, very long for me, being as I'm in Florida. So traveling to Arizona is a pretty good ways across the country. So when I had each way, the best I could do was a stopover flight each way. So like I said, really made for hectic traveling, very tiring. But other than that, though, like I said, really was a lot of fun. So, of course, one thing to note, Tucson Kaiju Festival was, of course, hosted by my good buddy Everett, aka Godzilla Fan Freaks, here on YouTube. He's also got Instagram and Facebook pages as well. But, we became friends a few years back because I was a fan of his. And, again, he was one of my main inspirations for deciding to start becoming a YouTube content creator as well. Always, like I said, always loved his videos, loved the way he, his style was with reviewing his figures and whatnot. And, just really kind of sparked my interest to get into it. I mean, obviously for many, many years with YouTube, I was always a big, big fan of James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Who of course is an inspiration to myself and a lot of people, but still really had never really thought about truly getting into making videos on YouTube until I really started watching a lot of the Godzilla and Kaiju figure reviewers, because again, that's something that I've always been into doing. And again, just really liked Everett's style and tried to sort of emulate a lot of what he did into my own videos. What he did and does, I should say. And of course, when I would comment on some of his stuff, he would always respond, really be responsive, really be friendly and whatnot. Eventually, I liked his Facebook page and all, and we started chatting from there, and we became friends, and just kind of went from there. So this is sort of some backstory here. Like I said, it's been that way for a few years. Excuse me. I would say probably since roughly 2019 is when we actually started talking and becoming friendly. I've been, doing videos on YouTube since 2018, but I hadn't really engaged with him, probably for a good year or so till I was into the game. But, really glad I did, because he's certainly become one of my best friends. And it was just such an honor to be part of this. And he didn't even make me feel like I was any lesser than the other guys, because there were a couple other YouTube content creators on there as well. Nick Adam from the Monster Report was there. And Chris, aka Goji Fan 93, was there. And those guys are absolutely awesome people as well. And I'm super glad I got to meet them and become friendly with them, because they are really cool. Nick was there with his son Eli, who's now starting his own channel, the Mini Monster Report. So, just really, really cool all around. What an experience I had, and super, super happy that I went. Like I said, just kind of going on. This might be a little lengthy of a talk here, but just kind of a lot to sort of mull over and kind of go over with all this. So I apologize if I'm rambling at all, folks. But like I said, just kind of a lot to take in. But like I said, they were all awesome people. And again, just, super glad that I got to meet them and have become, friends with all of them. And hopefully we continue on our friendship forever. You know what I mean? That's my hope, because the Godzilla and Kaiju family, I feel like, is a tight-knit community. And, so, again, just really happy to be a part of it all. But again, those guys, like I said, Monster Report, Goji Fan 93, they're fairly good size YouTube channels. But Everett, Godzilla Fan Freaks, he didn't make me feel like I was any lesser than them. I only have a few hundred subscribers on my little nookette, as I always call it, of YouTube. But, that's not why I do it. I don't monetize my videos, etc., etc. This is just a hobby that I do for fun. Of course, especially so as my main content is the Godzilla and Kaiju figure reviews, and something that I'm really into collecting, and then just kind of want to give my own perspective on the figures that I have. And if I can help people out, if they're considering purchasing anything, then I definitely feel very accomplished, And aside from that, just using this as a way to connect with fellow Godzilla and Kaiju fans. So that's what it's all about for me. And and boy, did it sort of, my great hope there paid dividends big time. Because like I said, I met all those guys, and they are just such awesome people. Also met Yosh, who's a friend of Everett's. He runs Leaf Claw Studios. He does amazing artwork. I spoke to him about maybe redoing the profile picturing and maybe the channel art for my YouTube channel, having him do a custom sort of thing. So we'll see how that pans out in the future. And of course, met Everett's wife, Amber, who's a really awesome, really sweet person. And of course, some of his other friends that he had there. Like I said, everybody was really, really great. I mean, I had, just an amazing experience all around. And again, it was a much, much needed one. So I did take some pictures as well. Once I kind of go through my rambling on here with the summary and haul, I set up a little sort of video slideshow to play, and then of course I'll bring it back here just to wrap it all up. But since, without further ado, because I am kind of rambling, let's just go ahead and take a quick little look-see at the haul that I got here. So I'm going to start with all the freebie stuff I had, and actually I want to start with the pamphlet, the physical pamphlet, which I was, of course, given by Everett. He had limited supply, but everybody from out of town, like myself, he wanted to give a copy to. So very, very cool. His wife actually worked on getting this all put together. She did a really fantastic job. So very, very cool. As you guys can see, Tucson Kaiju Festival, Bookman's East, where it was held at November 3rd, 2023. And this cool little artwork that I believe Everett's friend Christopher, not Goji Fan 93, but another friend, Christopher, that he's got, that he and that guy worked on this this sort of artwork here. So very, very cool. And then of course the inside of the pamphlet here with the times listed out. I believe this is, if I remember correctly from going to G-Fest, this is sort of laid out like how G-Fest did their brochure with the panel times and all that. So they're scheduling. So you guys can just take a quick little look-see. And the really cool thing was a few of these panels here I got to be part of. So the Godzilla and Kaiju trivia, I was sort of handing out the prizes that they were giving away, but I actively took part in the What's Your Kaiju Story, which was hosted by Nick from the Monster Report, and then Chris, who hosted the Collecting Responsibly panel, as well as the last panel of the day, Balancing Life, Responsibilities, and Being a YouTube Content Creator. So I was in and joined on those panels as well. And of course, Everett did as well. And really, really awesome. You know, we all just kind of pitched in our own sort of take on these things. And hopefully we help some people out who are maybe looking to get into YouTube and, you know, wanted to have a little bit more information on, you know, kaiju and, of course, collecting, etc., etc. So, and of course, they had a video game contest, which I took part in. Played it was Godzilla Super Famicom game. I think it was a Daikaiju Sen, I think it was called. I'm not 100% sure. I was ousted in the first round. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was kind of button mashing on that. But it was fun nonetheless. And I actually played against the guy who became the eventual winner of the contest. But you guys can see all that there. And of course, the Tinker cosplay that they had scheduled for the beginning, and the raffle, and then the whole thing. It started at 9 in the morning, which I guess didn't really say here, but and then it went all the way till about 8 o'clock at night. Really, really cool. And of course, yep, 9 a.m. the doors open. Of course, got some of the information that they got going on for it. And of course, this little end card information here for Godzilla fan freaks. Very, very cool little pamphlet there. And next up, sort of going along with this artwork, his friend Christopher also gifted me this little sticker to go with that. And very, very cool. I'm going to have this just as a sort of keepsake collectible. I'm not going to actually use it because to me this is better as a sort of collector item, if you will. But you guys can take another look-see. There's just the back displaying on the back cover, but really, really cool artwork. I like it a lot. Like I said, that's a cool little collectible for me to keep. And then I was also given, I believe one of the vendors at the convention had a bunch of these posters that they gave to Everett. So he gave me one to keep. Let me just lift up the camera just so you guys can take a little look-see at it. Very, very cool. I believe this is the Shin Godzilla art, if I'm not mistaken. It's since 1954. And this little Toho logoing on the back there. So, and I'm kind of just keeping this in the package for now. But again, very, very cool little poster art there. Hopefully it kept staying up there. All right, perfect. And then the last thing, the one purchase that I actually had was, so they did have the toy company Titanic Creations there, and the gentleman who runs it, Mac, who I got to meet. He's a real nice guy. He was there with, I don't know if that was his wife or girlfriend or whoever that was, but anyway, so they were nice people, and I spoke to him because I actually got that Gorgo figure that they recently released, the articulated one, and it's really a fantastic figure. I'm super happy to have, you know, something like that in my collection. I'll review it in the future. And I did speak to him because there was the issue which a lot of people have brought up with the base, because one of the accessories are these little airplanes and, you know, or jets, whatever you want to call them. And they come on these wires and there's a little base, but the base is a bit loose. It's not, or it's a bit light, I should say. So I spoke to him about that, and he, you know, he agreed that it did need to be heavier. So, but I mean, just other than that, though, you know, that was like one sort of nitpick, if you will. But I mean, other than that, that figure was really awesome. Again, super happy to have it, and I'll review it in the future. But I decided to make my one purchase from them, and so sort of that was their first licensed kaiju that they produced, was Gorgo. But before that, they had made their own kaiju, and they actually have comic book series and whatnot to go along with that. So their sort of mascot kaiju is Titanicus, this guy right here. And I went ahead and decided to go ahead and, yeah, let me go ahead and get the mascot of Titanic Creations. So Very, very cool. So I just had you guys take a little look-see. Really, really unique kaiju design. So the story behind him was that he was supposed to be the kaiju that sunk the Titanic with this huge dorsal spine that he's got. And it was supposed to be like the iceberg. So an interesting backstory to that. Very, very cool. And I really like the paint and the design of this monster. So definitely happy with my purchase there. I'll review this guy in the future as well. But that was it as far as my haul goes. That kind of covers all of that. Like I said, I did create like a little video slideshow with the pictures that I took. Just a couple minutes worth. And then it wasn't too many photos that I took, but I'll go ahead and segue into that. And then I'll bring it back here just to do a quick little wrap up. All right, so stay tuned, folks. Folks, so we are back here. So I hope you guys enjoyed those. Like I said, it wasn't too many photos that I took, but I do hope that you enjoyed that little video slideshow I put together with that. So just kind of wrapping things up. Like I said, I really had an awesome time. It was so great. It was such an honor to meet, Everett, Godzilla Fan Freaks, Nick, Adam, the Monster Report, his son Eli, the Mini Monster Report, and of course, none other than Chris, Goji Fan 93. Really, really all awesome people. Everett's wife, Amber, and his other friends, really, really just fantastic people all around. And, so happy to have been a part of this. And again, just to hang out with them and everything, we stayed, we hung out at Everett's place on Saturday. I got to see his amazing collection room, the Godzilla Fan Freaks HQ, as he calls it. That super awesome man cave, and spent the day there. We reacted to the Godzilla versus Megalon and Godzilla and Jet Jaguar shorts that were released for Godzilla Day. Really, really had a lot of fun with that, and just such a great time all around. It's I miss these guys already, but certainly happy to stay in touch with them, and can't wait to eventually see them again. I know Chris is supposed to send us. He and his dad had recorded the videos for the panels and stuff. I know he's gonna get those files sent to myself and the other guys. So so look forward to having those. I don't know if I'm gonna post those on my channel. I know that the other guys are hoping to get those up on theirs. I'll have to see if I post them on mine, but I'm going to be happy. They're going to be great keepsakes, so for sure, great memories. But certainly stay tuned on their channels if they do post them, if and when, I should say. But yeah, I mean, you know, and if you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe to all their channels. Again, Everett, Godzilla Fan Freaks, Nick Adam, The Monster Report, his son Eli, The Mini Monster Report, and of course, Chris, Goji Fan 93. All fantastic YouTubers, fantastic people. I can't say enough good here. But, you know, just sort of a last sort of shout out, though. I want to give a very special thanks again to Everett for you know, he picked me up from the airport and took me back. I had a super early morning flight going home on Sunday. I appreciate that. You know, Nick Adam, the Monster Report, you know, the same deal. So we kind of all rode back to the airport together on Sunday. But again, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. Thank you for having me be a part of the Tucson Kaiju Festival, and you know, thank you for all the great memories. You know, you're, like I said, you become one of my best friends, and you know, I'm just, you know, feel very honored to say that. And again, thank you for having the Tucson Kaiju Festival. I know he's hoping to have it again next year. I don't know if I'll be able to join next year or not, but you know, again, just whenever, though, I certainly can't wait to see these guys again. And, you know, thank you all so much for everything. And with that said, I think that brings us to the end of the video. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.